Hi everyone, I'm sitting here with Alice Lee, my friend of many years. We just were putting the finishing touches on her new record, and we thought we'd have a little conversation and tell you about it. Alice, what are we going to call this record?
We're gonna call it The Wheel.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's named after one of the tracks. It's the track that I wrote actually after we started recording here. So,
Right, because if I remember correctly, we were just going to record a couple of songs,
yeah, yeah, and then
and
it just
then
snowballed.
it snowballed. We ran into a couple of our engineers here who were very adept at playing, Alejandro and Mark,
hmm
and they were just kind of like a dream team rhythm section, and everything sounded so great. We just kept going,
Yeah,
and you were inspired.
it fell together pretty quickly. Well, it's hard not to be inspired at the G. So, just the environment and the energy are very conducive to creativity.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
So, Alice, I want to ask you because I'm not 100% sure. How many records have we done now?
Oh gosh. Quicksand. We did Quicksand and we did Art of Forgetting, Lovers and Losers. This is number 4.
Wow,
Yeah.
how the time flies.
So,
And now there was like a bit of a. I remember the first records kind of came one, two, three, and then there was a bit of a pause between three and four.
yeah,
Why was that?
because I wasn't here.
Where were you?
I was in Guatemala. Well, no, I was sailing and then I went to Guatemala. So I kind of took a little bit of a break. But I was still playing music a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit.
Where in Guatemala do you live?
On the coast, but I split my time between the coast and Antigua, which is kind of more of an expat community.
And is that where you've been playing these songs live, basically
Uh,
by yourself or with a few other people?
no, well, a lot of these are brand new, actually. There's 2 tracks that are from like when we were still finishing the other records, and then it just never made it to final. And then no, I was singing mostly cover songs in bars. So, not
What's your
really.
favorite cover song that you sing in the bars down in
Oh,
Antigua?
maybe Feeling Good by Nina Simone.
Oh, that's a nice song. I love
Yeah.
that song.
Except I always change the ending because I don't know, never quite happy with it. So,
What's the first song on this record?
um, These Foolish Things.
Right. Now that's a pretty short rendition.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to record such an abbreviated version of it?
That is the entire version of it.
Oh,
I went through a phase where I was just writing 2-minute songs or less. My songs just got shorter and shorter and shorter. So I figured that's a good intro track.
I really like it because it's just Alice playing an acoustic guitar, which is, what she does,
Mostly what I do.
and then from there, the second song is one of the vintage, one of the legacy tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And when did we record that? Do you know?
I think that was 2003.
2003
Yeah.
at the old
At the
Studio
old
G
G.
with Yuval Gabai, our
Mm-hmm.
dear friend, on drums,
Yeah.
and Joel
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton, who was engineering,
Yeah.
who actually engineered the first 2 or first 3 records.
Yeah.
First 3.
Yeah, both of you were really instrumental in those records.
Right, so Joel's playing piano and I'm playing some bass.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third track is zips forward to 2016,
Yeah.
and it's Alejandro on drums, I'm playing bass.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth track, which is
Letter to No One.
Letter to No One, then Mark Schwartz comes up on bass.
Mm-hmm.
And you played pretty much, aside from the bass and the drums, you played pretty much everything on this record. You played the guitar, acoustic and electric.
Mm-hmm.
You played the old EML synth, played Juno 60 strings. Um, And I guess like we had a couple of other little things in sample libraries, but you basically played it all.
Yeah.
Go, Alice. So, right. So, what's the plan for this record? Like, I know that Matt LeBoza's going to
Going
be,
to master it.
he's
Yeah.
going to finish mastering it. There's a track that Scotty Hard remixed, First and Sixth Ave. And then there's the Studio G remix.
Yeah.
So those are the last two that Matt LeBoza is going to master. And then you're done. What's the plan for the record?
The plan. Release it. Release the record.
Are you going to have a record release party?
Yeah, at Pete's Candy Store.
When is that?
November 3rd.
November 3rd.
And then my plan is to digitally distribute it as well. So you don't have to just chase me down for a CD. People that like actual physical CDs can get one. Otherwise, we'll have it available on Spotify and iTunes soon.
Right.
I'm looking at Bandcamp as well.
Right. There's a question I'm supposed to ask you. What kind of music do you play, Alice?
What kind of music do I play? Anything and everything that I possibly can. Not super well, but in my own way.
Right. It's like you're really comfortable picking up an acoustic guitar and playing a song, but at the same time, you're very comfortable with loops. Like that's how you create a lot of your music, is just like with a loop and then maybe a little keyboard part, and then you kind of build like layering as you go.
I freestyle over it.
Right, so basically you do play acoustic music, but you're digital savvy, like you're using loops, you're using synthesizers. So I guess your music is kind of a hybrid of classical, acoustic, but then also loop-based
I love
electronic.
electronica, I love jazz, I love funk, I love everything, so it's just whatever I'm listening to at the time, I guess.
I guess I'm the same way. I listen to all kinds of music.
Yeah, I don't like just one type of thing, so it's good to try different things.
So going forward, I know that we're going to have a few people playing with us at Pete's Candy Store. What's the plan? You're going to go back to Guatemala, and are you going to be playing with some other people, like when you want to start playing this new material out?
I don't know. I know I'm going to sing in bars again, and I'm probably going to sing cover tunes, but now I've got my songs. And yeah, there's a great group of people down in Antigua right now that are super versatile and play with each other. So if I'm lucky enough, I'll get to join the fray. And also I'd like to experiment with some, what do you call it, like looping software, and just doing like, also just like that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about taking some of the stems from these sessions and having them so that you actually can use them as accompaniment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing. More and more people are doing that. I've seen a lot of people do that.
Or they'll kind of do solo shows, but they just do layers upon layers of different sounds. So that's something that I'm really interested in experimenting with.
Now, I could see you getting comfortable with looping on the fly, not just triggering stems from the recording sessions, but basically making like a little drum beat just like on the body of the guitar
That'd
and
be easier.
looping it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's more fun too.
Yeah, and it changes every time. So.
Right. Well, is there anything else you want to add to this conversation that we're having for all your fans?
My fans. Thanks. Thanks to Studio G for being my musical home, and I hope that you enjoy the record. It's coming out in November.
Yay!
Thanks.